beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer Diamond, and I'm a certified plant-based nutrition coach living a whole food, plant-exclusive lifestyle for health and well-being. And it literally gave me my life back, and I know it can help you with yours too. So I wanted to bring you along with me today while I make something really fun. It's a Strawberry Haze Summer Pie. Let's do this. So this is a pie that I thought I would put together. I'm going to be bringing it over to some friends' home, and they are whole food plant-based as well. This is a great pie. It's a raw pie, so there's no cooking involved. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start with making the crust. The first thing you want to do is get yourself some really soft medjool dates. I like medjool dates. You can use other dates, but you'll have to make sure that you have the amount. So I have 2 cups here of medjool dates, and they were already soft, but because I'm going to be blending them, I want them to be really soft. So I went ahead and soaked them in warm water. You could do it for 10-ish minutes minimum, and so we're going to go ahead and drain it. Hey, you can use the water for something else because it is going to have that sweet flavor to it if you want, or you can disregard it. And then I am also going to be using some hazelnuts. Now, to be purist, if you want this to be raw, make sure that these are raw hazelnuts. And you don't want them to be roasted, you don't want them to be salted, you just want it plain. And we're going to be combining these two. So let me grab something to drain the water out of these, and we're going to put it in my favorite food processor. This is the Breville 16 cup, and I have the S blade in it right now. I'm going to just show you, and that looks just like this. There are all kinds of blades and goodies that come with this. So if you're in the market looking for any type of new food processor, consider this one, and I will put a link in the description so that you can check it out. So hang on one second while I get a strainer. Okay, so while I'm going ahead and draining the water and leaving the dates ready, I just want to let you know that I would really appreciate any kind of likes, or if you would subscribe if you haven't already. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and then you'll be notified when I go live or post new videos. And if you are already a subscriber, I just want to take this moment to thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Also, check out my webpage at jenniferdiamond.com if you'd like to join my newsletter. So I went ahead and I have the drained dates right here, and I'm going to just plop those guys right in the food processor. And like I said, you can use this water for something else because it is nice and sweet. You can put it in a smoothie, you can drink it, you can add it in other desserts. Any place where you would put water, you can use that if you want. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 cups of the hazelnuts and blend these together. Now, if you don't have hazelnuts, you don't like hazelnuts, you're allergic to hazelnuts, well, that's okay. You can change them out. You could use maybe a walnut or a pecan nut. Those are great choices. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and put my ears on. We're going to get this dance party started. All right, let's plug this in. And here we go. So much fun. I wish it lasted longer, but sometimes you don't need that much blending. So I just want to take a peek in here, and you can see that I'm going to scrape down the sides. We're going to go ahead and continue to blend a little bit more. Yay, more dancing. Let me go ahead and grab a spatula. And this is a spatula that I love, but actually the Breville comes with its own spatula, and so that is something that I sometimes use that one, but any spatula will work. Just want to scrape it down a little bit so that it can continue to blend up and create a pie crust. Ready? Get your dancing feet on. Here we go. I just love getting a good workout in while I am being productive in the kitchen, don't you? So I'm going to go ahead and unplug this beautiful machine, and let's take a peek at it. Let me move the bottom piece out of our way. Oh yeah, this looks good. And frankly, I still see, you know, a little piece right here, but for the most part, this looks really good. So I'm going to go ahead and call it done. And I'm just removing the S blade. I'm leaving the rest of the crust ready and intact. I'm going to put that aside. And the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get your pie pan. Now, I'm going to use this pie pan, which I have ready to go over here. And this pie pan, let's take for a minute, is a Pyrex dish. You can use any pie pan. This particular one on it says 23 centimeters. Oh, I didn't measure. It's probably about 9 inches, give or take. So you get the idea. If you have a smaller one, the crust might be a little thicker. If you have a little bit bigger one, it might be a little thinner. And so you can adjust that way. But we did the 2 cups of each, hazelnuts and medjool dates, and so you can adjust accordingly. And what I like to do is I like to go ahead and cut a piece of parchment paper, basically just for easy cleanup, easy to get it in and out of the pie pan. You don't have to do this, but I went ahead and cut a piece, and then I kind of just pushed it in here, and while we were waiting, I put something heavy in it to hold it down. You don't have to do any of that, but if you want to, you can. And once I get it all situated and spread in here, then I can cut the edge off. But sometimes it's nice, maybe after you're serving and maybe the whole thing isn't gone, I like to be able to lift it out, and then I can cut it up easily and scoop it up for freezing, but a lot of times there isn't much left, so that might not work. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead now and just start to place it right in your pie crust. Now, I've got a lot here, so I actually could make 2 pie crusts depending on the thickness that I want. And what I like to do is either use a spatula, we could use the back of this spatula, and I like to get it a little bit wet, just a little bit wet with some water. You can even use your hands, but you want to add a little bit of wetness so that it won't stick and you'll be able to spread it around. So you can use a spatula, a big spoon, or your hand. Let's try this first. And if it doesn't work, I can always start to use my hands as well. Now, this pie crust might end up, see, let me just keep wetting it, and then it won't stick as much. Might end up having enough for 2. So that would be pretty great. And I would make another one with you guys. You can also take this pie crust if you have extra and you can freeze it for a later time. Just take it out of the freezer, let it thaw, put the fresh berries in, and go from there. Another thing you could do are individual tarts. So like using a any kind of like muffin tin or something you would make cupcakes in, and you can line that as well for individual ones. There you go. So you get the idea here. I am going to go ahead and wet my fingers and just kind of push it down. For me, I think that's a little bit easier. And I want to make sure that the center isn't mounting, right? I want it to be evenly distributed across the bottom as well as the sides. And I can continue to add as I need it. And I like it to go up on the sides, like a crust, like a real crust, because it is. So you do what works for you and what you like. And there you go. Now, I'll just, for our sake here, just put a little bit of water here just so that I can reach it evenly and easily with you guys. And now once it's in here, you can go ahead and kind of flatten it out and make it look, you know, not full of fingerprints, just kind of nice and smooth. And then you could do the same thing with the sides, or you can use your finger or fingers, whatever works for you. I'm just gonna kind of do both, whatever feels right. Now, I wanna make sure that this edging here isn't just a big thick crust. So I do want to kind of try to make it an L shape right there on the corner there. Now I do have a little bit extra here, look at that. So I think I might make something else with this, maybe another crust that's thinner, or like I said earlier, a few extra small amount of like little tart shapes. But for now, I'm just gonna put this aside. I'm happy with the thickness that I have here. And you don't have to do this, but I am gonna go ahead and cut some of the edges off. You don't wanna get it too close because you do wanna use it as a handle to lift it out of the pan if you decide at some point that you want to lift it out of the pan. Okay, so here we go. There is your crust. Isn't it beautiful? Woohoo! It smells great. We didn't even taste it together. Gosh, I kind of want to. Should we? Before we move on, come on. We will taste just a little bit, right? Wow. Very sweet. Nice combination of the hazelnut with the date. And like I said earlier, you can always change them out with different types of nuts. Okay, so now what I went ahead and did was I took some fresh strawberries. I did a pound of strawberries, and I went ahead and washed them, removed the green stem, and then sliced them. And you can slice them in 3 or 4 sliced chunks, depending on how big the strawberry is. And then we're just gonna decorate it. And this is the fun part, remember? Your art project. So you're gonna want to start at the edge, or you could start in the middle. Ooh, well, goodness sakes. Maybe we'll start at the edge. And then what I wanna do is, if it's one of these that has the hump here, you know, the end of the strawberry, I'm just gonna turn it upside down. And I wanna get them as close as possible. And I'd like to try to use the bigger ones. Oh, this one we missed and we didn't even slice. So let me go ahead, then I can show you what I did was, so here's a full strawberry. I went ahead and just sliced it into thirds because this one isn't as large as some of the other ones, and then put it in here. And I want to go ahead, oh, look at that, another one. Well, I was in a hurry to get busy with you guys and I skipped a few. And get the bigger ones here at the end. Just get the nice big pieces here and just line that up ever so nicely. There's another one I didn't do. Oh my goodness. Now, if you want to layer it, you can always do the smaller ones at the bottom and then layer it with the bigger ones. There's no right or wrong way. You can even plop the whole thing and just have a big mound of strawberries. I just like to go ahead and make it a little decorative, but it's certainly up to you. Now, another thing you could do is just pour most of it in the bottom and then decorate the top in a pattern if you want or can. Of course, it's really whatever feels good and is fun. It's fun to have kids help with this, or spouses, or anybody. I know my grandbabies are always good for helping me when they're around. And there we go. Look at this. Ah, so pretty, so pretty. Okay, now it looks like there were 2 that did not get sliced, so I'm gonna go ahead and slice them and just add them in. There we go. And where could I put these? Anywhere. Anywhere that looks good to me. All right, so now we have the strawberry pie almost ready. We're gonna make a glaze. So I'm gonna set this aside, rinse my fingers one more time, and get stuff together to make a glaze with you. Now, for the glaze, we are gonna be doing a strawberry glaze. I have a lot of frozen strawberries, so I decided to use frozen strawberries, but you can definitely use fresh strawberries. And the pound of fresh strawberries that we put on the pie, I think was about 3 cups worth. And we're gonna go ahead and use 2 cups worth of strawberries. Whether they're fresh or frozen, it's fine with me. I did wanna make sure that I took off all the greens. These were already frozen, so they didn't come with greens, and they're starting to thaw out a little bit, which is great. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend this up in the NutriBullet. You can use any kind of little blender that you have. I like it because it's a small amount, and when I use my Vitamix, sometimes if it's not a lot quantity wise, then it doesn't get mixed very well at the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the NutriBullet this time, and the first thing I want to do is add my strawberries into the NutriBullet. I am also going to be adding a liquid. The liquid of choice for me, I already measured it out. It is a 1/2 cup of coconut water. And you could actually use the date water that we put aside, that we had our dates soaking in to soften up. You could use that if you didn't have coconut water. You could even use any regular water, but I like that there's a sweetness to it, so I went ahead and used the coconut water. And the one that I'm using is the Harmless Harvest. If you have a real coconut, you want to chomp right into that. It's about 8 ounces, and so it would just want to measure for 1/2 cup, and that would work too. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a sweetener to it. We're going to use a 1/2 cup of maple syrup. You can use any kind of sweetener that you'd like, and go from there. Now, a 1/2 cup is a lot, so you might want to start with a 1/4 cup. And then if you find that, no, I want it a little bit more, you can add a little bit more. You can also use date syrup. That's a really great one as well. And then the last thing that I want to add in here is psyllium husk. This one is already pre-ground. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons right in here. That's going to help thicken it up. This is a great fiber resource, and so we're just going to go ahead and put that in there. And then we're going to get spinning. Okay, so let me go ahead and plug this in. I don't think this is too loud, so I am not going to wear my ears, but you certainly can. I am, however, going to get my dancing feet on. Here we go.
'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I want to visit. Are you alive?
Okay, that's it, it's over. So the nice thing about doing this with the frozen strawberries is that it's still cold. So I did let them thaw a little bit, and especially if you want to serve it right away. But not to worry if you have fresh or they're not cold. Just something I noticed. Okay, so I am going to taste this. Oh man, that is really good. That is actually the perfect sweetness. So I would leave it at a 1/2 cup of the maple syrup. And so now what we're going to do is we are going to grab our decorated pie here, our strawberry, and we're just going to pour the glaze over the top. And that is it. So let's go ahead and start covering this up. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, talk about decadent. Now you remember we had some extra, so I don't need to use all of this. If your pie crust is bigger, you can certainly You know, you may have been able to use all the pie crust if your pie crust plate is bigger, is what I'm trying to say. And so, yeah, I mean, just pour it until it looks good to you. And oh man, doesn't this look good? And that's it. That is it, my friends. So now what I'm gonna do is set it in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. You could do an hour, you could do up to overnight. And then we will come and taste it together. So hang tight, I will be back. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up and let this set. Yummy. So as I'm getting ready to clean up, I realized, gosh, we had the extra. What are we going to do with it? And I decided, you know what, let's do it together. So I'm going to go ahead and take half of this, and I'm just going to put it in these little cups here that I have. You can use anything, really. And I should be lining it. I'll regret that later. But I'm just going to kind of coat the bottom. And there we go. And we have 2 more little ramekins or pie crusts. I could even maybe make a 3rd one because this one looks kind of thick. So let me get 1 more, and we'll have 3 of these plus the pie crust and full pie. And that'll be great. Let me grab another one. Oh man, that's great. So here's the other thing. I know this is a Strawberry Haze Summer Pie, but you could add other berries to it if you want to decorate with any other berries. You could do strawberries and blueberries, or strawberries and blackberries, or raspberries and blueberries. It really doesn't matter. I just really enjoy strawberries this time of year, and so I thought I would use them, plus I have an abundance. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up some more strawberries so that we can fill this together, and I might even put some blueberries on. I'll be right back. Now, this is how we had them sliced before, and that's fine, but I just want you to show that it looks pretty big. So what I might suggest for the smaller ones is maybe leave a couple out in case you want to decorate the center, and then maybe cut them up even smaller, more of the size of the blueberry, even if you're not using a blueberry, just so that you can have it be a little bit more of a bite size, kind of matching the size of your little container here. So you get the picture here, right? And so let's remove the greens, and then I've got some blueberries. So what you could do if you wanted to is we could put them all in this bowl. Let me get my scraper. My scraper scooper. I love this thing. There we go. And then we can just mix this in if you want, and go ahead and spoon it in, or whatever you would like, right? You could do all blueberries, I mean all strawberries, some mixed like this. Whoops, we lost one. All right, and now if you wanted to, you could put one main big one like that. You could put some little, you know, some in the center like that. Pretty much whatever you want. Maybe I'll do that like that. And we've got these, like you see here. And now what I'm gonna do is take the extra glaze that I had. I'm gonna go ahead and pour it right over top. Oh man, isn't that good looking? And now we have 3 more extras, or another way if you want to make smaller ones. Now, I know I didn't put parchment paper on this. I might regret it, but if you can serve it this way, then the people or whoever's eating it can go ahead and just put their spoon in and enjoy. And now, if you even want, you could take some blueberries or strawberries and put them on top where you still have some area that is not coated with the coating, right? So it's whatever looks good to you. That's what I say. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead now and get back to cleaning up. We're gonna wait the half an hour or so. I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator and then we will taste together. Okay, it's been a half an hour since I put this stuff in the refrigerator and I took it out. Now, I just want you to notice this, it looks really great. It's not pouring, right? So it's thickened up, the glaze on top. But I did notice that the glaze looks a little thicker here. And so in that case, maybe next time I would put a few more strawberries so that they would be sticking up. I think it's just an uneven height, but hey, that just means more yummy glaze for that person who's gonna bite that. And so there you go, a delicious, beautiful, Strawberry Haze Summer Pie. I hope you enjoy it and try it. I'm gonna go ahead and taste this one with you. And so let me get a spoon, mostly because I'm going to be bringing this to a friend's and I don't wanna cut it up ahead of time, but this one, oh, so good. And I'm getting way down in there. I've got a little of everything. Whoa, here we go. Oh wow, definitely taste the hazelnuts. There's a lot of sweetness from the glaze. The glaze is a little heavier, so the bottom seems a little wetter than I would have liked it to be when I think of a crust. So keep that in mind when you're pouring it on top. But actually, I am pretty happy about this. And like I said, you can do it all strawberries or you can add other colored berries and just enjoy something that is not going to harm. So until next time, everyone, don't forget to eat your greens and please give plants a chance. Take care and thank you so much for tuning in. Bye for now.